Hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Scry Syndrome podcast. I'm Ben Gilman, and I'm here to give you your sex education update today. I'm also the host of this great TV podcast. I'm joined by a man that is also ready to talk about how his sex education has affected his life. It's Tom Hill.
Hey.
I'm here to talk about a man that could learn a lot about sex education, about how to have sex. It's Troy Salmon.
Oh my gosh, oh, this guy.
And a woman that sex education was mostly based on is Tara Chloe.
What?
Mostly based on. Mostly based on. Oh my god.
Sorry.
That was a good one.
So sorry.
Oh.
It's a bit harsh to begin with.
That was savage.
But it's fine. It's okay. It's all good. We're all here. How is everyone?
Yeah, not too bad.
Doing good, man. I'm doing well. Feel well. How about you guys?
I'm good.
Good. I've now gone bald. Got a bald head.
Journey to the West.
Journey to the West.
Journey to the West style, apparently. Apparently.
You're the monk from Journey to the West.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
So we should be Journey to the West characters today, right? You be the monk, I be the monkey. Which one do you guys want? There's the pig and the horse.
Oh, heck yeah! I'll be the pig guard. I'll be him, bro. I'll be the pig guard.
Okay.
I'll be the pig guard with the extra muscles on the arm. You know?
Okay.
Lovely.
Hey, welcome to Journey to the West.
Woohoo! Nice.
I literally watched a show called Journey to the I think it was the Monkey King.
Yeah.
Journey to the West. The show on Netflix. So that's a really good show, by the way.
Yeah, that's a remake actually from the original.
Okay. You know what it's time for? It's time for the news.
Okay.
Yeah,
Some music.
so yeah, there's some TV news. It's a new thing that I'm going to try out this week. I know we'll most probably get copyright straight by ITV for that. I don't care. The trailers dropped this week. Nobody listens to this podcast. It's fine.
Troy, can you just add in like a gong before each thing he says? Like on
Yes, that's a good one. Yes.
So I need. I've got some stuff to talk about because a lot of stuff's happened this last week. So, like the first look at Sandman has dropped on Netflix. Has dropped the first look at Sandman. What do you guys think? Because
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment. But
you know what? I saw the image, but I didn't watch it. I didn't press it yet because I was going to react to it later on. So I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
And
I'm still on the fence about it. It looks good. I'm open-minded because it shows Dream being captured, which is what happens in the comic. I'm excited. It looks good. It looks. It's difficult because it's a teaser, and you only see the character that you care about in the last 5 seconds of it. It's very difficult because you don't see Death or any of the other people yet. It's just Dream being summoned and trapped by humans. So,
okay,
it's good, but it's good to see Sandman because Netflix is ridiculous amount of exciting stuff at the end of the year. Cowboy Bebop's opening titles have also dropped on Netflix. The much derailed Bebop.
I've seen Bebop.
I've seen them. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think it's alright. I never watched anime, but I'm actually gonna watch this one for some reason.
Even if the actress has done her best to try and poison the fans already to watching it.
yeah, that's got some stuff behind it already. My gosh.
To all actors, shut the fuck up. Anyway,
don't speak. Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the main guys from Harold and Kumar, by the way. So
he's a great actor, by the way. He's a great actor.
The opening shows a lot of the scenes from the series as well, and it does look as crazy as the anime. And I spoke to Ty about this off camera. I think Ed not being in the show is a good thing because that's a very difficult character to try and act live. It would be very hard to get that vocal down and also to act like Ed. Does Tom know who I'm talking about?
I don't, but
Trust
I will
me,
look
it's a
into
good
it.
thing. It's difficult. I think, Troy, what do you think about Ed not being in it? Because it's a good thing, because it can be really difficult to do Ed.
In live action, yeah, it would be tough to do an Ed character, but yeah, I'm with you on that.
Because that's good. There's that at least, and so he looks a bit more promising. So hopefully more actors shut the fuck up and just let the show come out.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Because a lot of people complain about a character and then she's just staying quiet.
No,
man.
a couple
Don't
of
talk
people
about it.
did, and she really came out for no reason and started slagging off the whole fan base. Just keep your mouth shut, do your promotion, don't bring your politics into it, shut up, don't tanker your shows or your films, learn.
Exactly.
Take your SJW shit out of my shit. Right. Also, Tiger King's coming back. I don't know how Tiger King just dropped. Yes, season 2.
Thomas
It's
like,
dropping.
oh my god.
Tiger King, brilliant, awesome. It was mental last time. I think it was one of the first episodes of this podcast. I talked about it at length, and it was just mental. I'm interested to see where they're going to go because I have no idea.
Didn't the guy from Tiger King die recently? Like the head trainer?
Yeah, that's why I heard. Yeah.
I think so, but they've only showed a trailer of stuff from the first season. So it means that they're keeping it really under lock and barrel. So we don't know.
That guy with the kind of weird long hair, but also no sides to his head kind of thing, he died a few weeks ago, I think.
Oh yeah.
What, Tiger King?
No, not the guy.
No, not the actual
the guy
Tiger,
who was
yeah.
like the head trainer, the guy with the blonde hair that was kind of a Mohican and a mullet type look.
That was the Tiger King.
No, he was one of his main people because the guy who's in prison now is the Tiger King. The guy who's actually in prison currently.
That's
the guy. No, but the head trainer, who was like the main guy on the show that you saw more of than anybody else, died a couple of weeks ago.
Well,
not in
that's a
prison.
shame. He
died in New York.
But that's going to be an interesting time to see that.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, it's obvious what I'm going to talk about next. Why the Last Man? Why the Last Man? A very good comic book series, and I don't know if Tom's most probably knows it. It's a very good comic book from Brian K. Vaughan. And it's like from Sandman. It's on the same stable, Vertigo Comics. And Disney have not really announced that they were doing it. I knew there was a pilot, and they've just kind of dropped it without really. I'm gonna have to go get Disney Plus to go watch it because I'm sure Troy or one of us will talk about it in a couple of weeks when they finish it, or today maybe. I don't know. That's a good comic book.
It's going to be. I can understand why they didn't like massively advertise it because it's fairly niche for comic book fans. You have to be a proper comic book fan to kind of know of it.
It is niche, yeah, very niche.
I've heard of it. I don't really know the comic that well. I know the name.
Good.
I know the name, so I'll take an interest in it, and I know vaguely what it's about. But that's because I'm a fan of comics.
I will not.
So I can understand why Disney wouldn't put too much into like the major advertising of it because it's going to come about by people watching it by chance and then going, "That's great. That's how they'll generate buzz." And then the next series, if they do more than one, will be the one that they advertise hard if it goes well. I would guess.
We're running out of Vertigo comic books now that I want. I want to see Saga from Image get done.
Did you see the news this week about how Marvel might be losing the huge amounts of the MCU?
Yeah, saw that.
Yeah, because the rights to Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, and a couple of others all resorts to Stan Lee's family in 2023.
Oh.
And so unless the MCU can do a deal with Stan, what Marvel have tried to do is actually sue the family and stop them from doing it, which I think is stupid. Instead, you should have gone to the family and gone, "Can we make a deal?"
That's the best way.
Exactly. Why you just gone, "Oh right, sue us."
But instead they've gone, "You know what? We're going to try and absolutely cut them off at the legs and stop this from happening." But yeah, it probably will get it sorted out because money talks. But it's interesting that in 2 years' time they could lose. Oh, Doctor Strange is another one they could be lost as well. Yeah.
Is it Stan Lee made?
Not
Right.
all of it's Stanley. It's to do with
Some's like Kirby, some's on.
it's to do with the contract thing. When somebody creates content like Spider-Man, which was Stan Lee,
Yeah.
they give the rights to it for something like 50 years.
Hmm.
But after 50 years, it reverts to them because they're as the original creator.
Hmm.
So for 50 years, Marvel or anyone else could use it once they've done the deal with Stan Lee. But after that period of time, it goes back to either Stan Lee or Stan Lee's family.
Okay.
And then you have to renegotiate. But Marvel are now trying to claim that through the MCU, it's bigger than Stan Lee or whatever now.
Yeah.
It's no longer his intellectual property, which I think is bullshit because he came up with it. So,
Well, there's that.
sorry.
Sorry
to derail you.
No, that's fine. I'm used to it. It's cool. All right. This is why I can see you all talking, so I don't step on you if you're talking. It's fine. This is why I can see all your faces. But fans, you'll never see our faces. Anyway,
No, but I have now screenshotted
Go on.
so I can put your head on loads of different things on.
Oh my gosh, he's screenshotting.
This new thing is a good idea. Then, now I would love to see. I would love to see Fables from Vertigo, maybe Saga, Morning Glories from Image, because a lot of them are getting picked up now. There's a lot I would like to see, especially from the Image side of things. American Vampire from Vertigo as well, please.
Oh, Image. Oh, yes, Image.
Pick up all the Ed Brubaker stuff from Criminal as well. Please go do all that. Do that, please. Right. Okay.
I was surprised that Jessica Jones got picked up so early. I'm delighted it was, but I was surprised that was one of the first.
Yeah, that was kind of left field. I was like, Jessica Jones.
But I thought, you know what? That's awesome. The fact that a proper comic book nerd put.
Yeah, that's. We're talking about niche, Tom. That is niche. Right, Jessica Jones. Not many people know about Jessica Jones, the character. It's the origin of the character. Flip that.
Well, they also got cast for Jessica Jones as well. So.
And obviously, there's one big piece of news that's dropped the last couple of days. RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3 is back. So that's cool. Looking forward to that.
Oh my
gosh. And obviously, Russell T. Davies is back on Doctor Who after Season 15. Yes, he's back.
Is that good? Is that bad, in your opinion?
It's got to be better than Chris Chimble. Anything's better than Chris Chimble.
Anything's better than Chris Chimble, yeah. But it all depends on who the new Doctor is as much as anything, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
It's going to be that guy from It's a Sin, obviously, because they normally bring people they've worked with across. They did it with David Tennant.
Possibly.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I'm not going to judge the next Doctor because it's about the writing as well.
You know what I would love to see them do, and they won't do it, but there has never been anything that said that regeneration cannot look like a previous Doctor. I'd love to see them bring back one of the more popular Doctors from like the last 20. Christopher Eccleston or David Tennant would be my choices. But that's what I would do because that would give you a fucking buzz. But that's
true. Technically, they've never actually said that. Yeah, it's true. They've never actually specified.
I think.
Or regenerating to David Tennant again.
So regenerating looks like David Tennant again, yeah.
But it's not the same Doctor. It's just David Tennant's got a beard or something, maybe.
Well, no, it could be the same. I don't know how you would work, but that's what I would do in terms of getting your fan base back that you've lost. Saying that David Tennant is Doctor Who again would get you a massive, massive push.
I think they also need to make the Timeless Children go away. You need to bullshit your way out of that. Now it was a lie. The Master was a liar.
I don't know what the Timeless Children thing is because I haven't watched the last series.
No, seriously, Troy will back me up on this.
Yes.
You need to backstep. The Doctor, the first Doctor, is not William Hartnell anymore.
Excuse me?
There is about 400 Doctors before William Hartnell now.
Of
every colour, because they were so bullshitted about their PC agenda. They decided to destroy the mythos of Doctor Who. She's not even from Gallifrey. She's from some portal.
Yeah, she's from next dimension. Yeah, from another dimension.
The worst thing you've ever seen, Tom. Like, it's not even. It just. They need to get rid of that. They need to make the Master go, I was joking. Because you can save this show still.
Well, Russell T. Davies might do that. He's the kind of writer who might just go,
yes.
Yeah. Just as long as Jodie Whittaker fucks off at the TARDIS.
But we know that she's left. You can't stop banging on about. Stop attacking Jodie Whittaker. You know she's leaving.
No, but I will now be reviewing Season 13 and laughing at how crap it is and how good it will get again with Russell T. Davies. It might not be as good as when it was, but it's got to be an improvement on what
To
we
be
come.
honest, I'd like to see Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat working together. I think that would give you the most crazy mindfuck of a
That would be
story.
insane. Don't tease me, Tom. Don't do that. That'll be
It will be
insane,
good,
man.
and hopefully it will put Doctor Who back in the centre of attention again, where it deserves to be, because it's been mishandled horribly the last couple of years.
But that's because they're trying to play up to the whole woke thing and all that.
Go
More-
woke, go broke. Every time it happens, it backfires.
Yeah. So they spent too much time pandering to making sure that they tick every single box rather than making a good TV show that ticks every single box.
The fans that are mouthing off about it don't stick around to watch the show afterwards. This is what annoys me.
I don't have any issue with the Doctor being female. I don't have any issue with any of that stuff. But make a good story and make a good show.
Yeah.
Then start worrying about making political points within it. But get a good basis first and something that works. Then fuck about with it. That's me. But
So,
yeah.
That
Sorry.
was the news. That was the news. 15 minutes extra on a podcast. Right, I'm going to go first because I know Troy's going to talk about Brian Danielson versus Kenny Omega.
Oh my god! I wasn't going to do
know.
that, but yeah.
I already
idea now.
know, mother. Why don't you go first?
Tom, Ben, I kid you not. I was not even going to talk about that. You reminded me now. You've updated me. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for you, Ben. I'll do it for you.
Just go first and get it out of the way.
No, I'm good.
5 minutes. You got 2 minutes to talk about 38.
No. I know you were going to talk, Ben. Go on, do it.
I'm just going to do that. Sex education. So, Tara hasn't watched it, but I don't care. I'm just going to spoil it. Troy's watching it. But
I'm good. I'm catching up, but yeah, I don't mind. I don't care.
So I'm not going to tell you about Sex Education because it's a big it's a big favorite on this podcast. You've most probably watched it twice. Come on, fans, you know it's good. So I just want to talk about the character movements because so Mr. Goff is no longer the headmaster.
Yeah, but they did more with him this season than they did in any other, which I quite liked.
I love it. They showed us his family, him trying to get back with his wife, him trying to we saw a human side to him because they've not really done that before. And I feel like this is a good example of a show that, over the seasons, you get to go into the background of other characters finally. This is why sometimes shows get another chance if they get more seasons, they can expand on the core cast of characters. But Sex Education almost perfectly somehow balances every character, even the side characters from season 2, into something more. I mean, Mr. Joff is the new headmistress is where I want to start because Hope Haddon. What do we think about her? Because she's trying to get the school to get away from all the sex stuff and make it more conservative. Do you think she goes too far?
She does. But here's the thing. I got the feeling that she wasn't initially trying to do that. I thought she was trying to find a middle ground. And then things happened and she was like, well, fuck it, we're going extreme then. Because initially she suggests to Maeve and... what's the Butterfield's character? Otis, thank you. That they continue doing the sex education advice then.
Yeah.
And actually commends them for it. So I was like... And I think initially she was going to try and work with the system, but control it a little bit more. Was the feeling that I got. And then more conservative things talking to her saying she had to do stuff and her just going to an extreme with it, I guess.
Yeah.
It was an interesting character. She was more unhinged as every week went past.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit crazy. Just how it was almost like a proper school here in England with a school uniform. But the thing with the sign thing, I actually swore my wife told me off because I said I hope someone just kicks the. I don't say hitting women is fine, but I want someone just to get up there and slap this bitch sideways.
Ben, it worries me that you have to put that caveat at the beginning of that statement.
I know, isn't it? Exactly.
No, she was really not a good she really pushed my buttons this
I know what you mean.
Because if that was me, and the way she dismissed Eric's ex-boyfriend, There's so many. Rahim.
Yeah.
They even did something with him, actually, because we're going all over the bloody place. So we're just going to go from character to character. This might be a bit messy. Reham. At first, I thought he was just going to be like a side character, like he's Eric's ex.
Yeah.
But they might have ended the season with him and Adam getting together maybe next season, because
Possibly, yeah.
they spend a lot of time together. Like, obviously, it's Eric's his current boyfriend and his ex-boyfriend. Like,
They go through a lot of shit, literally.
Literally throwing it through a car window, nearly.
Oh my god, this is sounding crazy right now.
And the thing is, I like the fact that I thought they were just going to use Rahim. That's the name, Rahim.
Yeah.
As a joke character in the background, but they didn't. They decided, no, we're going to do more with you this season.
Well, I mean, he was a good way of developing Adam's character. Giving him more helped you to develop Adam.
I feel sorry for Adam, but I don't hate Eric. See,
Eric didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion.
No, he hasn't. I love this show so much. It's so well written.
You guys can't tell they love the show.
Yeah, but Eric is the best character. He's got a laugh like Troy. Every time I hear that guy laugh, it reminds me of Troy with that.
No, I kid you not, because Ben literally told me this as well. They said there's a character in Sex Education. I was just like, what?
So,
he laughs just like you.
Next week, I want to see some flashy clothes, some lipstick, some eyeliner.
Where's the laugh? There's one bit where he just throws the bicycle down and starts laughing. I went, that's brilliant. I don't know why. It's just like, I enjoy his laughter. Maeve and Otis are kind of together, but they're kind of not together. But she's got to go to America, and I wanted to throw a pillow at my TV. It's like, I
said that to you. That's what I was referring to when I said that when we were talking about this last week. I don't know whether Maeve will be back for the next season. I hope she is.
Because I want a boyfriend-girlfriend thing. I have waited 3 seasons. I thought we were going to get it, and they still aren't quite official. It's a kiss. It's like...
Yeah. Well, the problem is, right, Emma Mackey, who plays Maeve, is basically blowing up at the moment. She's about to star in her first leading role in a film. She's in a lot of new things. So I'm worried that they've let her leave in order to let her go and do those things, and she's not going to be back. They left it open enough that they could go either way. So the character could have finally become confident in herself and stay in America. And then Otis having to deal with that. Or she comes back and we actually get the relationship that we've waited 3 seasons for to actually fucking happen. So
again, a lot of times watching this, my wife has had to tell me to shut up because I'm so emotionally invested 3 seasons in now. When they kissed, like, yes, finally, come on, because in the trailer there's that bit with the diner with the petrol pumps, and when it was there, I was like, this is it, the text bit. Here we go. What did the text say?
I have to admit that my reaction was slightly different. Although I was delighted they kissed, because she was with the wheelchair guy.
Wheels, that's how I call him.
I was like, you bitch! When she's like kissing Otis, I was like, you just committed to the other guy. Make your fucking mind up.
I hate the characters like that. They're the worst.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I hate Wheels. That guy was a dick to Otis at the end of season 2. He redeems himself massively in the 3rd season, I will grant you. And to the point where the fact that Maeve chooses to then be with him, I was like, okay, fine. He's admitted that he was a liar. He's admitted he was a dick, and she's still choosing to be with him. Fine. But then she fucking goes and gets off with Otis 2 minutes later. It's like, well, hang on a minute. Who's got the moral high ground now, for fuck's sake? Sorry. I'm not getting annoyed. I love the character of Maeve. She's one of my favourite characters. I love all the characters in Sex Education, to be perfectly honest. But it's just, I was kind of like, I've wanted them to get together, but you've literally just made her seem like one of the best people on earth by not noticing his disability, by not judging a guy with a disability.
And they don't laugh at him. They don't laugh.
And not laughing at him. And then she screws him over. The next fucking episode.
He makes the jokes about it, but that's okay because he's disabled.
He's making the jokes. Yeah, that's fine. It's done respectfully, and it doesn't hide the fact that people who are disabled can make jokes about it. They don't always feel bad about things.
Is his name Isaac? Isaac, yeah.
Isaac, yeah.
I love that little bit where he's with Otis and Maeve's mother. I really want to slap her mother too. If I was a woman, slapping. If I was a woman,
Okay, so Ben, you have now argued for slapping 2 women.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
If I was a woman, I would. I would be the most violent woman.
Just like make a woman for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes.
I'd be slapping women left, right, and centre if I was a woman. Anyway,
yes.
Maeve, I love the bit where they're being bitchy to each other and she just throws them out and tells them to get out. It's quite funny. But yeah, I mean, Isaac, I did give him a lot of respect because he did tell Maeve I did kind of delete the text. And I wondered why they tried to. I wonder if they kind of turned it around in the writer's room. Right, we have to kind of make him a bit more human.
I don't know. I get the feeling that the way they write this, they kind of know where they're going quite a long way in advance. So they left us thinking, what an arsehole at the end of season 2, only to make us then go, actually, no, he's not as big an arsehole as we thought in season 3, because it helps his own arc. So I think they probably did that. I think that was probably intentional. You left us at the end of season 2 going, that's the guy we're going to hate in season 3, and then it's not. So, I think they set us up for that.
I want to talk about Otis starts the season with Ruby, who's one of the
background in this series is awesome.
Yeah, hold on. What I love is she's the background with the other two. The I can't think of the name of the other lady. Anwar is one of them. Like Olivia is the name of the other one. Right, Olivia and Anwar, who I think in season 4 might get their big moment going forward a bit more.
Possibly, yeah.
I love how at first Ruby and Otis is a bit like, what? But then when Ruby tells him she loves him, you're like, Otis, just forget Maeve, go.
Yeah, fuck it out.
Like, Otis, what's wrong with you? Like, because you feel this show makes you all of a sudden humanize Ruby, and even Anwar and Olivia are like standing by her side like a family. Even we need to talk about Anwar's amazing outfit when Otis is joining the team temporary. That amazing Mexican hat and it's
interesting.
It's hot.
And his allergy to strawberry flavored condoms as well.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Oh my god, I had a durian flavored condom. That helps.
You need to watch this show, Tara, because like you can see 3 seasons in, like it's just, and the show's not afraid to keep teasing you because it's making you like the characters. So Isaac and Ruby, we should be hating both of them because they're getting in the way of where we want to go. But even when Maeve and Otis get together, we're still kind of like, man, that Ruby thing and that Isaac thing would have been an interesting way to go down, keep going down that way a bit more. Mm-hmm. That's really hard to not make it obvious signposting, like obstacles. It's natural.
Yeah.
Adam.
Season 1, Adam was the bad guy. Season 1, Adam was the bad guy. By season 3, you're massively on his side.
I cried at the bit where he got something with the dog and he didn't get an award. I cried. That's not right.
You cried then? Oh my god!
It's so touching because he just got done by Eric. I thought, Adam, you're becoming my boy a little bit now.
Ben, I'm going to say this once, and with all the love in the world, get a grip.
I want to talk about G because obviously Otis's mother's got the baby. Then there's Jacob. There's that weird thing.
Question: who do you think the father is? Because they teased at the end that she got a bit of a shock when she read who the paternity thing was. That letter she got at the end was a paternity test.
It's clearly Otis. No, I'm joking.
For fuck's sake.
No, it's Eric's baby. It's Eric. No,
realistically, who do we think the father is?
It's Mr. Jeff. It's Mr. Jeff. No.
I think it might be the guy who she bumped into coming out of the maternity clinic, the one who was like, "Oh shit, I haven't heard from you in ages." And then
the guy. Oh, I know him. He's so good in lots of stuff.
But that was such a throwaway thing of her going, "It's not yours," and then that at the end, I was like, "What if it is his?"
Could be the dad. Could be the dad.
It could be the dad as well. Yeah, it could be Otis's dad. Yeah.
I just want to talk about this thing for Otis because last season he was hitting on Ola. So that's an ex-girlfriend all of a sudden that you've had sex with is now your stepsister if your mum gets married with her dad. That's effed up. That is really effed up. Because last season he was going down on his now sister. If that happened in my family, I would leave. No, that's some mental scar in there. I love the fact that they look at Jean, older woman giving birth.
Yeah.
Difficult. I love Yaka. I love that. I love even like the father, Adam's mum is also going. They dealing with older people as well. Dayton. I can't. I'm not even halfway. And then there's Amy. They go back to the bus thing from last season as well. They call back to it, and it's not something that you can just. It's still she still feels
the sexual assault. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're dealing with it. And this time, not with just a stupid scene of all the women together who've never spoken to each other coming together on the bus with her. That was a bit shit. It's like proper looking at it, having a talk about it, having therapy about it.
Yeah, Amy's character, yeah.
And her vagina cakes.
Little Miss Fanny Cakes, yeah.
Yeah, Miss Fanny cakes.
But you can say you see vagina cakes or what?
She makes cakes in the shape of vaginas.
And she's got a goat this season as well. Steve, I feel sorry for Steve.
Okay, pussy cakes, I get it.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for Steve. You know, I mean, he doesn't get much, but she breaks up with him at the end. And it's just, oh, mate. But then there's Lily, who kind of, because of Hope being a bitch at school, decides I don't want to do my weird sci-fi porn ideas anymore. And she gets it back at the end of the season, the mojo. I felt really sad for her. Her and Euler are still together, which is nice. I'm really happy about that. And then we haven't even started over on the other side. I've just realised Colin Ray is from Ghosts, the orchestra.
If you only just realised that.
Horrible histories.
My initial reaction on the very first series of Sex Education when he appeared was, that's the guy from Horrible Histories, awesome.
Horrible Histories, yeah.
I was amazed, and I love his relationship with the teacher.
Oh, yeah.
You
I love the fact that she turned him down when he proposed to her as well. That was fucking hilarious.
Oh, snap.
In a nice way, she was like, don't be ridiculous, we've only been going out for a year. What's wrong with you? I was like, nice.
Oh my god.
I feel sorry for him a little bit. Like it kind of
she moved in with him, so it's like I was like, she's turned him down but not rejected him, and that worked really well for both of their characters. So
what's your favourite bit though? Because there's so many good bits. It made me cry with laughter way through.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those shows where I can't pick out a specific moment. It's just so well done the whole way through. I mean, I think my favourite moment was the moment when Ruby told Otis that she loved him. I was like, whoa, fuck. And then he didn't reply to it. I was like, you dick!
That's the time you do it.
Yeah, I was like, but her saying it first was a real surprise, and I thought that's brilliant. That's developing her character in a whole new direction. Love it. And yeah, the character who I've hated for 2 seasons, suddenly I'm going, Otis is the dickhead in this situation, not her. But yeah.
The bit where
this might seem like do you think that they did the nearly dying at birth thing because Gillian Anderson hadn't signed a new contract at that point?
Maybe.
And they were having, because I got a feeling a lot of these shows, they sign you up for like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Like a commitment, and then it's whether you sign on again, which is why I've got the question mark over Maeve coming back. And also I'm wondering whether Gillian Anderson hadn't decided what she wanted to do, so they wrote that story so they could go either way, and then she's decided she will stay.
They wanted to be careful.
They left an option of either killing her off because she's decided to leave the show, or doing a perfectly reasonable story about the risks of pregnancy, but her coming through it. So I just wanted your thoughts. Do you think that was probably why they did that, or just that they felt that they should do that?
I think hopefully we don't walk into Being Human Misfits season 4 where all the actors are getting too big and that they start a place that messes up future plans. This is a problem with long-running shows. It's
Yeah.
really hard to get past that fourth season sometimes because they go into bigger things and
Yeah.
it kind of f's up the plots a little bit. I really hope.
Being Human actually did okay because they managed to get good replacements
They did,
for the
but
most part.
still,
But it wasn't the same thing. No.
if his mum just appears out of nowhere for season 4, it would be really weird. Maeve, you could just say, "Oh, she didn't come back."
Yeah.
Fuck it.
But
Get on with it.
that's my concern is that Maeve is now gone, and I really hope she's not. Because then what do you do with Otis's character at that point? Do you make him a guy who's constantly waiting for her to come back and won't commit to anybody else?
That will get annoying.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Or does he completely kind of knock it off inside the first couple of episodes and going, well, what were the first 3 seasons about, for fuck's sake? If that's how quickly you get over this.
But what I like is they've not gone on about it a lot in season 3. It's been there in the background, but not all. He's been dating other women, which is healthy because he doesn't stick around moping around after one girl and ignoring other women.
But the moment when he could have been happy by choosing Ruby, because their relationship would have gone from strength to strength had he.
It was so
fact that Maeve was in his head still was there. That's the reason he couldn't say it, is because
some people have that. Some people always have that connection of you shouldn't, especially if both in relationships. I've had that. And then you have to cut that friend off because it's just not healthy. You can't be seeing that person. Especially if you're in a relationship, they're in a relationship. I've had that when I was like 21. You have to cut ties because you want to be faithful to the person you're with and you're not going to cross. You can't help yourself. Very quickly, I wanted to talk about Viv, Jackson, and what is the non-binary lady's name? Man, I'm so
non-binary person.
Non-binary person.
Non-binary.
What's the name of the character? Oh,
I can't remember. Good character though, actually.
Really interested. Carl.
That is how you deal with a non-binary character well. From my perspective. That it wasn't making me feel like I was being preached at any point in that story.
And they've got another one. They've got another non-binary person in there as well. Because I'm thinking you've already set up season 4. That other non-binary person is there, and you're beginning to see what they go through to cover their breasts, and you're like, oh, I've never seen that before. I want to see that.
So you're expecting that Carl is probably going to be like a mentor to her, to the other non-binary character, and possibly a relationship there, but you don't. I mean, that for me would be a bit cliched if they did that. If those two end up together and then they're saying that's almost like you stick with your own people kind of thing, which I don't
Jackson
want to do.
Back. I did think though, someone said to me, do you notice how all the black people got put together in a storyline over here? And I thought, I can see it. It did feel like they put 3 black people together in a storyline to keep away from everyone else a little bit.
But I didn't think it was.
Can you see why I see that? I was like,
I can see it, but I don't necessarily agree with that. But yeah,
kind of signals, black people stick together, which isn't true because you're showing Eric mixing it up with everyone else. So I thought, that's not.
Yeah, but the fact that Eric mixes it up with everyone else kind of takes away the idea that they're saying that they will only be with their own people, if you know what I mean.
That's cool. But I do love how Hope was using Viv a lot for a while. I love Viv a lot.
Mm.
She's a really good character. And she was kind of, you could see she wasn't, I love the fact that she wasn't always following through on everything Hope was asking for. And there's a little bit of rebelliousness. She still had her side. Carl was really cool. First, she's an American, which is just like, okay, cool. Once you get past she's American, she's a skateboarder. She's pretty cool to me. I'm like, yep, she's a skateboarding person. Difficult. A skateboarding person. I was like, yeah, cool. She's chilled. She smokes weed.
Stop saying she.
I will get used to this. So they smoke weed with Jackson. I'm getting better at it. I'm not.
You are getting better at it, yes.
They smoke weed with Jackson. Jackson, I really, again, another character who's just coming along, and he gets told no by Carl, and just to be friends. I thought, okay, maybe you come back to this in season 4, maybe. And Eric goes through a journey. We go to Nigeria, and he can't be who he
Okay,
really is in
okay.
Nigeria. It explores that side of it. And his family's lovely. The great thing is their family is lovely. They showed us how lovely that family is, even if their things are you have to be a straight man, but they not once do they make them horrible. They're lovely people. I want to hug his grandma. His grandma's amazing. Like, give me a cuddle. She's brilliant. She just, I love how they've
Do you
done.
think the grandma knows that he's actually?
I don't know, but
I got the feeling that she did. Just as he was leaving, I got the feeling that she was like that she'd accepted him for who he was. That was the feeling I got, but maybe I was wrong with that. I don't know.
I would like to think so, but it's just such a good show. It doesn't demonize people. It's just showing human beings. So, well done, Sex Education. Give me season 4. I'm ready. It's been confirmed already. So,
yeah. Have they confirmed who's coming back for it yet?
Next year.
Have they confirmed who's coming back for it?
No.
Damn it.
But I think they've made decisions, which is good because we would be on season 5. If COVID hadn't got in the way, we would be on season 4 coming up in January because it normally comes in January, and because of COVID, we've had to, and so we have to wait a year. But you maybe got another couple of years left in it before you have to maybe stop it.
Also, you've got the issue that the actors are starting to get a little bit older now.
You could reintroduce younger characters in with the old lot.
But that's like doing Saved by the Bell, the new class. It would just be fucking awful.
Yeah, but
once you've had new people to catch that,
old school now, and the school's getting sold, so who knows where it's.
Well, yeah. So
where are you going to do that? Unless we grow out the school with them and follow them into their normal life.
We're going into university theoretically, yeah.
That would be interesting. So yeah. I hope we haven't spoiled it for Troy.
Yeah. Apologies to anyone who hasn't watched this yet. Watch it. It's fucking brilliant. Yes, we've spoiled most of it, but you still enjoy it. It is so good.
One thing, can I just say one more thing? The bit at the end where they're fighting back on Hope, I was like, ugh, ugh. And then they showed the slides, and it was like, I'm a penis and all this, and vaginas, and all dressed up. I just cried.
That was brilliant. Also, the fact that Ruby helped them.
The bit where Ruby slapped it, basically sprayed her in the face. I was like, yes! Go get her. Go get that woman. Because if it had been a guy hitting her, I would have felt uncomfortable. But since it was a female grabbing her by the hair, I was like, yes! Stop her. Stop her.
Man's like, stop her.
But Eric is still best boy. Always.
Okay, right.
Right, we've talked about 40 minutes. I think we need to.
I do not mind. I just love seeing the passion.
I think we need to move on from sex.
That's the most I've ever talked about because I'm so passionate about it. I was prepared.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I've never seen Ben talk this much about a TV show like this.
That's the best talk I've ever given it because I have to talk about sex education because I love it. And like Tom said, when he told me it was really good still, I was like, I can sit back and enjoy this because when Tom says something's good, I tend to agree with him.
It's going to be good.
I enjoyed it. Loved it. Right. Who's next?
You know what? I see Tara waiting there. I'll let Tara take over next.
Yeah. Because Tara's been silent the whole time.
Excited about what?
We're going to let you go. We're going to let you have the floor. This is all yours, Tara. It's all you. It's all you.
Yeah, I wasn't really ready to go next. Someone can go next.
Oh, you're not ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go next if you don't want to go.
Next, yeah.
Okay, I'll say the best for last then. Okay, all right. Here we go. Okay, so for me, I'm going to talk about first pick, and then I'm going to 2 pick. First pick. All right, so this was called Why the Last Man. Right.
Yeah, I knew this.
It's Why the Last Man. All right. Here we go. Okay, so I've only just seen one episode so far. I literally just finished it off today, because I was watching catch up on other shows and that at the same time. But I just wanted to check it out. I was like, Disney Plus. I was like, oh my days, let me check this out. I was like, I've heard about it for so long. People were literally on the comic books is a big series that are massively popular, won all awards and stuff like that.
Absolutely, it's been tried so many times to get this to come out
off the ground. Yeah,
they've gone from network to network to network. It was Oh, so many comic book properties have got here before it as well. It's been going for like they've been trying to get this to TV since 2006, 7.
Bro, I remember that. I was there for that. I was like, oh my days. I was like, okay, is it gonna come out? It's gonna come out because I never technically read the actual material itself. I read like probably a couple here and there, but I never actually read the full work of it. I've never done it. That's why I never used it. I was like,
it is beautiful. That show. It's from
is that good?
Sweet Tooth. It's so good.
Oh, bro, but that's what I'm saying. I see the show and I'm like, it gives me the vibes of Sweet Tooth a little bit when I'm watching the show. But I was like, oh snap! But yeah, I've only seen that one episode so far. I checked it out, and it goes from like character to character. It's similar to Sweet Tooth a little bit, but it goes from character to character. A little backstory here and there of each character, and obviously the premise of the show is that man, literally, is being wiped out at this point. Like, it starts off with like the male animals at first. You see like a dog die there, a stag die there, a deer over there die over there, and you see the rats. You see the rats literally started like dying bit by bit, and he's like, these male ones are dying first, because when I slept up to, that's when you see the first male dying, and a few after that, and then that was when the episode ended. So that's when the males, the actual humans, started to die off. And I was like, oh, but it's intriguing. I love this kind of apocalyptic.
This is my dream role. Me, the only man on the planet full of women. Hey, all right.
No, man, that's what drew me. That's what drew me to this show. First time I heard that premise, I was like, this premise is tight.
3 billion women. Hello, ladies. Hello.
See, you know, the good Tom in the background just smiling. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if you see the premise, you're like, oh, but that'll be heaven right there. I'm like, yes. Yes, this is amazing. This is amazing. If you like literally thought about that yourself. But yeah, literally he's got a little monkey that comes around with him as well. His little companion.
Ampersand.
Yeah, Ampersand. There you go. Because he's literally in the show he's called Yorick. That's why the Y part comes in. His name's called Yorick, the main character, and he's supposed to be like a magician, an amateur magician. That's where the storyline comes into play.
Yorick.
Yeah. What's his name? Let me get his name. So,
because it's really important. Because it's going to be
Ben Schetzner. So he's not really that known like that, but he's been some stuff here and there.
What's his name?
Few Law and Order episodes. So Ben Schetzner.
Good name.
It's more like a newcomer. So I like the way he did it because he didn't want anything too famous. He's kind of like a guy. He's more like a little unknown. So he's like, okay, he's build him up from this kind of show, which I like.
He won't run away after season 3.
Yeah. I got a feeling the show will do well. From the premise and stuff like that, and the actual build up. It's like that's going to be all right. Because most of these kind of shows, sometimes they never do well. You see that these kind of premises, like it kind of just goes one season, done. That's it. It's cancelled. So, but from what I saw, it looked pretty good. And you got mostly the other like female protagonists as well. You got like a congresswoman. Who's another character as well. She got like a failed marriage. She got like another woman who works under the congresswoman, and she's kind of got a life, but she has no life because she works for this congresswoman. So she's literally there 24/7. So you got these kind of like storylines kind of interconnected from different like cities and counties and stuff like that in America. You got another woman. She was in. I don't know if anyone's seen Nosferatu, the TV show. Mm-hmm. And there's basically the woman. She was like a female cop in that. She stars this as well. She's like an agent, like a double agent. She's Agent 355. So she's everywhere. She's basically playing a criminal. She's playing an agent. She's playing all these kind of undercover roles. So that she's kind of interesting character. So she's gonna be good going forward. I can see me being a massive fan of that character at some point. But Yorick himself, he's kind of like a failed, almost like a failed magician. He's like a low town, like, no, I'm saying, like he teaching all these people's kids with magic, and their parents don't want him to teach their kids magic because he's not worth it. They're paying for all these what's it called, magic camps and stuff like that because they don't want to pay him any money because these tricks are terrible. And I'm like, oh my god, this guy, he's literally borrowing money off his sister. And she's not even that great herself, not that great either. But she's going to rehab and all this, and it's a good story as well because all these things just happening to people, but they're literally so close to each other, and it's just like I love it, man. It's a good setup so far. It's a good setup. But yeah, Why the Last Man? Check it out, Disney Plus. But yeah, anyone else got to say anything about it? Ben, you got anything else to say about it?
I'm trying to remember the agent woman.
Yes.
Is she good?
Yeah,
She's
so
making
she's
character in the
yeah,
comics.
so she's really good. Let me see, because let me see what character who plays her. Ashley Roman, she's really good. She's very strong. Yeah, Ashley Roman. Yeah, she's very strong. She's built. She's very built, but she's a great actor. She's really good. Black woman. She's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the same time, she's like a favorite of mine. Well, to be honest, the Congresswoman who I know as well, you know who that is. She's the one who played Clark's mum in Man of Steel. She's been around for years. Yeah, she's been around for years. She's been in lots of stuff.
Never seen Steel.
Yeah, Man of Steel. What's her name? I can get her name because you know exactly who it is. I don't know, it's not Alien Fletcher. What's her name? But yeah, you know who it is, anyways. But those characters are good, compelling characters. Great plot, as you saw, very simple, but great plot. Obviously, the last man on Earth. You know, that's what I'm saying.
That's
like
a
that.
dream.
That's just come on. It's your dude. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. That's how it is on there. That's the best thing ever. But
I mean, if there's lesbians, you can just watch them and not have to get involved. Win-win situation.
Exactly, you know exactly where they're going with that as well. You're like, oh my days.
Damn.
Wow. Just damn. And I'm like, I just want to see where this goes. This is going to develop so good for me. I can tell already. It's going to be one of my favorite shows right now. I can see it already. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be like it's going to be my version of Sweet Tooth. I can see it already. If they do it well, because if the source material is very good, then it's going to be good. Because people, stuff that I've read, what people told me, yeah, it's going to be good. What I know. So yeah, I'm loving that. So that's literally my first pick right now. So that is my first pick. Why the Last Man? And pick number two. I'm gonna go with this. All right, pick number two. All right. So you can Tom, don't do that, Tom. Don't be head down like that. Don't do it, Tom. Don't do it. So pick no. Wait, let me go. Pick number two is good. Okay, it's gonna be. I'm gonna do a continuation. So I'm not gonna go where you think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Vikings. I'm gonna keep talking about Vikings, man. I'm gonna go Vikings, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna continue the Vikings. Oh my days, Edge is a nutcase, bro. He's crazy.
Has he spared anyone yet?
Adam Copeland is mad.
I told you he was good in it, man.
Yeah. So I'm like almost towards the end of the show. So I'm like 3 episodes or 4 episodes left. So I'm like, Edge is going mad. Edge is like, I was literally waiting for him to go, oh my god, do the opportunist to spear. I was waiting for the spear someone. It didn't happen. Hasn't happened yet. But literally, he's a guy. Apparently he's king of Iceland now. He's naming all these places. He goes, yes, I have a place called Iceland. And he goes to this new place and he goes, there's no trees. I'm gonna call it Greenland. Just to scare dust. I'm like, what the heck? What's wrong with you? But yeah, apparently this whale swept upon shore in Greenland, and basically because it's like a place desolate, no green life, no nothing. They can't really farm there. So he brought all these people there, and this out of nowhere, a miracle happens. This massive whale sweeps upon shore, as I said before, and he literally marks out the island. It's like there's like a massive white chalk across the island. He's saying, "Yes, you see it, right? You see it." Then they say, "This is my side of the land. Yeah, no one else can have the whale. This massive whale." And the guy's like, "Share it." Share the meat, share the love, man. What's going on? And just like, nah, it's not happening, bro. Nah, sorry, mate. It's on my side of the land. Nah, I'm not gonna share it. So they start fighting each other, and then Ube, so Ragnar's son, one of his sons, he leaves on a boat. They leave Edge on this desolate Greenland, this island, and just like, come back.
Doesn't he shout? Can you see? You can't see me. You can't see me. You know me. You think you know me.
Man, come on, man. Oh, geez, I knew Pep was going there. I knew it. But yeah. So he's on the island by himself now. Ivar, he's my favorite character of the show right now. Tom, Ivar's that guy, bro. He's that guy, bro.
Wrestler. Ivar. Viking experience. Just hit him with a finishing move and leave him for this.
Ivar Lothbrok. He's a guy because his legs don't work, so he's literally got half of his body left active. but he does kind of move it a little bit here and there from time to time. He's got a metal support on his legs, and he comes with like a metal crutch when he walks. And the way he moves around, I'm like, this guy is incredible. This actor is incredible. The way he plays it, he's like the best actor I've ever seen play that kind of role. They call him the cripple, you know what I'm saying? They always call him that. They call him Ivor the Boneless, his nickname. And this guy is awesome, bro. He's like a villain, but then you feel sorry for this man. You're like, this guy, the hardships don't.
He's like Wheels from Sex Education.
Yes, basically all my days. If I saw Wheels, yes, Ben, that's something I'm gonna compare him to from Ben.
Wheels.
Wheels, but then you feel sorry for him.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Excellent joke. What do they call you? Wheels?
Oh my gosh, Wheels. Oh yeah, Wolverine. Call it Wheels. But yeah, but that's the kind of where Ivor comes from. Literally everyone dissing him, but he's a mastermind. This guy's incredible. This guy plays. Everyone playing checkers, he's playing chess. That's Ivor. That's Ivor the Boneless right now in that character. And
yeah. Good. Yeah.
Yes, he's incredible. Bro. He's incredible. And the accent as well. Like the time when he took over Kattegat one time, he took over there, and when he had his wife at the time when she was still alive.
Were you surprised when they killed off the main guy from the first three or four seasons?
Ragnar.
I warned you it was coming without saying something.
Oh, Ragnar, yeah. The thing is, I wasn't surprised by that time when he told me that. I was like, yeah, he's dying. Because the thing is, I kind of knew where the show was going. You kind of they basically kind of following their sons.
I thought it was a bold move to get rid of him, though.
Yeah, it was that was bold. That was huge.
Because they made that show off his back, basically.
That's him. The whole show, Vikings is Ragnar Lothbrok, bro. It's about him.
Yeah.
It's literally about him, and then it kind of turns into like Bjorn and the rest of the sons. Later on, Bjorn Ironside, you know, the nickname.
Yeah. I was just surprised I was surprised they did it.
Yeah, and the thing is, because they kind of made him the old crazy man at the end, where he's kind of going crazy, he's kind of going mad, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna go, he's going.
I thought they would like imprison him or something, so that you had that possibility of him coming back, and then just like, no, we're just gonna kill him.
Yeah. You know what? This show as well, I see certain characters and they die kind of quick. One gets a bee sting and he's dead. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
He's killed off with like just normal means. So I'm like, how do people die like that? People their daughters just dies randomly, just like dies of a random fever. People just die of this stuff, and in the time period where they're in, it makes sense, but it just kind of comes out of nowhere sometimes. I'm like, what the heck?
I quite like the fact that kind of stuff happens.
Exactly. At the end, you kind of appreciate it when it happens. You're like, oh my days, that can actually happen. Anyone can die by any means necessary. Any means. But yeah. So.
But he's no Bryan Danielson, Edge, is he?
He's no Bryan Danielson. No, he's not. You know, Bryan Danielson. Look at Ben's face.
Oh.
He's not a 5-star classic like Bryan Danielson and Kenny. Yeah. No,
this is not a wrestling podcast.
You know this.
You talk about wrestling. This is the next noise you'll hear.
Ben, you are the one who brought this up.
Yes, exactly. You're the one who did
Neither Troy or I were going to mention it until
exactly. You reminded us. You literally reminded us what to say. But yeah, so Vikings, yo. Something.
This is all you're gonna hear if you did.
Look at the silence. Just pure silence from men. But yeah.
You hear the music?
I hear no music. Do you hear anything?
You can't hear no music.
No.
At the moment.
Oh, did you hear the news thing earlier?
No. No, I didn't hear no music before. I didn't hear no music.
What music are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. See, exactly. See, Tommy, it was meant to happen. We meant to say it. That's why you can't stop.
Well, that's annoying because I had news playing on my laptop and it didn't come through. So that's that's why I did the music myself. I was like, I did the music myself because I didn't hear anything. I'm so annoyed right now because this was the music I was going to play when you start to rock wrestling.
You can edit it in later, like.
I know, but it's not as funny now.
Nah, it used to be like live. Sound better.
Oh, well, that's annoying. I'll pay you the music afterwards and you can stick it. This is what I was going to play when wrestling was going to be spoke about. When you talk about wrestling, this is what my brain does.
Ben just zones out. Yeah.
Gone. Right, anyway, who's next?
But yeah, that's my 2 picks. Yeah, that's my Why Last Man Vikings catch up. Yeah, that's me done. Oh yeah, Amazon Prime for Vikings, by the way, if you want to watch it. But yeah, there you go. That's me done. Mrs.
Oh, this is the music I wanted to play for the news. This was the news.
Oh, gosh. Wait, we're gonna get in trouble for this. Wait a second.
We'll have to find a non-royalty one. But I want that. I want like some news.
Literally, we just need to edit in, Troy, just to edit in the Big Ben. Dong.
Yeah, dong. Yeah, that's it. When you're talking different topics.
If you've heard this, then you already know there's a dong. You wonder what the hell we're talking about. Yeah, great. Okay. So who's next? Let's get back on track.
I don't mind going next if Tara wants to go last.
Fine, yeah. You can go next.
Okay, so I haven't got too much this week because I knew we would be talking about sex education a lot. So, but I'm just a couple of quick, one update and one.
Hold on. I just remember sex education. Adam's stunt penis comes out again. I forgot that bit. That's really funny. Right, anyway, sorry.
Yeah, and now you can remove that image from your head and let's continue. Right, so, first thing, just a quick update. I've continued to watch that show Heels.
Oh, yes, Heels.
Has anyone started to watch any of that or not got around to it?
No, I've not got around to it, though.
It's going good. It's about, I think it's about 6 episodes in now. I think the first season is 8 episodes. Like I said, they've had people like CM Punk have appeared in it to help with the wrestling side of things. Yeah, it's really, really good. And there's an actor in it who I hadn't mentioned before, Chris Bauer, who is fantastic. Best way I could probably reference him for Troy, he played Andy, the sheriff in True Blood.
Oh, okay. Got it.
For Ben, he was the paedophile teacher in Devil's Advocate.
Oh.
He said the paedophile teacher in Devil's Advocate.
Not because it's Ben, it's one of the most famous roles he's played.
Yeah.
See, Chris Bauer was one of the actors in Heels. Have you seen the film Devil's Advocate?
Yeah, Val.
All right, fair enough.
That film's amazing, by the way.
It is awesome. But you haven't seen True Blood either, so it's pretty difficult for me to describe who this man is to you.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
if you saw him, you probably know him because probably not other stuff, but yeah.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, he's fucking brilliant as a kind of aged wrestler who made it big and went to WWE and left everything behind. And now he's been fired by the WWE and he's trying to get himself ingratiated with this little small wrestling group who he left and just left for dead years earlier. And he's a dickhead, but he's good. Yeah, it's an interesting show. Some really good characters. There was a nasty, nasty moment in the last episode where one guy got really angry and intentionally broke the leg of another wrestler in the ring. And it's like, ooh, shit. And it was graphic. They showed him, he had it in a submission, basically an adapted figure 4, and twisted the guy's knee till it ripped. Basically.
Oh,
damn. And yeah, so if you're a wrestling fan, it's great. If you're not a wrestling fan, it's a good enough show that you can appreciate it without the wrestling. Go and watch it. That's sort of my update on that. The second one is I am delighted to say that as of this week, Taskmaster is back, baby.
Taskmaster.
New series with Alan Davis, Desiree Birch, Gus Kahn, Victoria Coren Mitchell, and a woman called Morgana Robinson, who I didn't know very much about before this, but she's fucking funny. Okay. Yeah, it's Alan Davis. I thought he was going to be like just crap, but he's actually very good. And I like Alan Davis anyway. He's one of my favourite people. But actually, he's not as slow and dim-witted as, say, David Baddiel or others in the past. But he's quite clearly the middle-aged member of the group. I genuinely believe that Victoria Coren Mitchell by the end will have gone insane based on her reactions in the very first episode. And yeah, that Morgana Robinson woman, she manages to call Alex Horn a bitch, a bastard, and a cunt on at least one occasion in the first episode.
Alan Davis is very quick-witted on QI,
Yes.
so I'd like to think that because he's Jonathan Creek, he can keep up with them on Taskmaster. He's got a repertoire, you know.
Well, yeah, he didn't win the first episode, but he was pretty close in the first episode. But yeah, Morgana Robinson constantly abuses Alex Horn, but in a nice way. And she makes a lot of sexual innuendo jokes throughout the show, so she's kind of funny. Yeah, it's a very interesting. I mean, I'm not that bothered by Desiree Burt. She seems all right, but I don't have an opinion either way. Gus Khan is fucking nuts, and I like him. So.
Guy's crazy.
And I love Alan Davis, and I love Victoria Coren Mitchell, and Morgana Robinson has interested me. She's a funny woman. So yeah, it's obviously got another 9 episodes to go. It started on Thursday. I would recommend you watch it. It looks fucking great.
I would also recommend to you, there's a Taskmaster podcast from where they sit down with past winners and all the contestants from past seasons.
Hosted by Ed Gamble.
Brilliant. Yeah, you're listening to that every week?
I don't listen to it every week, but I do know it, yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. Go listen to it.
Oh, also, they've announced that they are doing a Champion of Champions for the winners of season 6 to 10 sometime this year. So I don't know when it will be, but they are doing a champion. Because obviously Josh Widdicombe won the first Champion of Champions, which was seasons 1 to 5.
Yeah.
So seasons 6 to 10, I think, would include Ed Gamble. Can't remember who won the other seasons.
Eventually, they're going to have to do a Champions of the Champions final.
Yeah, but they need to get to 25 seasons before they can do that.
Yeah.
So,
no, the Champions of the Champions of the Champions.
25, yeah, 25 seasons they'd need in order to get to that.
I would just bring back all 25 champions and just have them all fight each other in a battle royale.
Oh, you
Josh Widdicombe's got an annoying hairstyle. I'll kill him first.
My only criticism of this season's Taskmaster, and I don't know whether it's an aesthetic decision or whether it was just mistakenly, in the past, Taskmaster has been on at 9 o'clock in the evening on Channel 4 or Dave, wherever you're watching it, and it's been uncensored. And then on a Sunday evening at about 6 o'clock in the evening, they've put it on with any bad language censored out for a younger audience. But they censored the 9 o'clock showing this week. Now, I don't know whether it's a case of they put the wrong one on or whether they've decided to censor it permanently. The censoring thing doesn't bother me hugely, but at the same time, I'm a big enough adult to decide if I want to hear what they're saying or not. I should have the option of knowing what's being said.
Yeah.
And you still do the evening one, so you're not alienating the audience that you wanted to in the evenings, because you put it on Sunday at 6 o'clock and everyone can watch it because you bleep out the problems. But
that's true.
So I'm just one. It may be that they've just decided they're gonna bleep it out for everything, and if they have, I'll get used to it. But I don't think they should. It's just that's my only little niggle with this season of Taskmaster, and I think it's come about purely because it's now on Channel 4, and they are thinking more about it, whereas Dave were just like, yeah, do what you want. But yeah, that's my only niggle. Other than that, fucking brilliant. Go and watch it. That's me.
Oh, and Tom, by the way as well, I'm 2 episodes in on the last season of Lucifer. So 2 episodes in.
Nice.
I'm getting there because I watched it.
So what's happened up to this point?
So that new person's sitting on the throne in hell. So I'm there. That's an episode in it. So I don't know who that is yet. You
don't know who the actor is.
I don't know who's sitting on the throne yet. I don't know who's sitting on the throne yet.
What, you haven't seen their face, or you haven't?
No, I haven't seen their face. I just saw legs.
Alright, so I could tell you who the actor is, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. Don't do it. I'm getting there. So I'm watching with someone. That's what I'm watching with people. That's what I saw.
But no, the thing is, right, I watched the entire series, and I couldn't place who the actress was. I was sitting there going, I know her, and I didn't want to look up who it was. And I was like, I know her, but I can't place it.
Yeah.
And then I told my brother to watch it, and he was watching it yesterday, and he went to me, "Isn't that thingy from this?" And I went, "Of course it fucking is." So yeah, we will discuss it next week, and
next week.
I don't. You will almost certainly recognise the person like in second one and go, "Oh, it's them." They look very different in the other thing they were in. Is my only defence.
Oh my god! All right, okay, I'm intrigued.
As soon as they gave me the point of reference, I looked at it and went, "Oh, for God's sake, yeah."
It's one of those things where you know who it is, but that you have to remember them what they were in the before. Like, okay.
Very different hairstyles, basically.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Anyway, right, so that's me for this. But I'm glad you'll catch up with Lucifer, man.
Yes.
What do you think so far?
I love it, man. Obviously, he's having second thoughts. He's just kind of like, oh man, 24/7.
Did you like the callback at the beginning of season 6, which was the policeman pulling him over, who pulled him over in the very beginning?
Yeah, I actually remember that scene. I was like, wait a second, because literally, remember the sister, she was like, wait a second. Well, why is this guy? Where's the cop following him around? I was like, yes, it's a callback. I was like, that's a callback from season 1.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my days, it's facts. Yeah. I saw that. I literally clocked that. That was good.
No, I love the fact they did that callback. It's like, yeah, nice.
And Dan in hell. Dan's like, what are you doing down here? Give me hope. Dan in hell. Remember? But you go down there from time to time to see him in hell.
The only member of the damned not to be tortured. Yeah.
Yeah. Playing ping pong and that. Table tennis.
Okay. So,
Anyway, sorry, Ben. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We got a track.
okay. So I've got a couple of things to ask. Got a couple of things to say before we hand over to Tara.
Sure.
Okay. You know, we're talking about you know the Ian Watkins Lost Profits thing happened a couple of years ago. Ian Watkins got done for being a child molester and all that. Are you interested to know how many fans still listen to their music because they're child abusers? 107,000 people still listen to them on Spotify. You people need to be arrested, right? Anyway, so
no, hang on a second.
Nah, we can't do that.
That's like saying that I shouldn't be allowed to watch any Kevin Spacey film now.
Exactly. Come on now. It's just the
and
same
Kevin
thing.
Spacey, my favourite film of all time is a Kevin Spacey film. Fuck you.
American Beauty is amazing.
No, Usual Suspects, man. Usual Suspects all day long.
Usual Suspects. Usual Suspects is tight. 7 is tight. American Beauty is tight as well. So I like both.
Oh yeah, American Beauty is fucking awesome. But that's a little bit uncomfortable to watch, knowing what.
Yeah. I still watch that. Okay, I'm still watching that.
No, but I'm just thinking that the lyrics of "Screaming It from the Rooftops, Screaming It from the Rooftops" art is kind of being made as a joke now because of
If you like a certain type of music, you like music.
Yeah, exactly. You like the music.
And also, to be perfectly honest, if you listen to any music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, they were all doing fucked up shit.
Suspect. All of them were like.
Just because it has to be public, it doesn't mean it wasn't happening.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, everyone still listens to Michael Jackson music, and he's one, so it's fine.
Oh, don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that!
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah, allegedly, don't do that. Oh man, I knew he was going there. I knew it. I knew someone was gonna say something about that.
Which Janet Jackson's a bit. The Jacksons are just weird, aren't they? The
whole weird people, just a bit, weird. That's all.
They are a weird family in the nicest possible way.
They are the Ant family in real life. Tara Clay, did you find your fortune teller in the end?
Oh yeah.
Not really. I think I have to text her.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it was so hot, and I don't know. A lot of places actually moved because of the COVID. They couldn't afford to pay the rent.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was a mess.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So what's your pick?
Oh, okay. So I picked actually a crime thriller called Flower of Evil.
Flower of Evil.
Yeah, it's a Korean show. So the basic plot of this is actually about a guy called Hee-sung. He's actually a serial.
Is it as bad as last? Is it as crazy as the last one, The Girl from Nowhere, where men were having babies and all this? Is this going to be another Tower show? I'm getting ready.
No one gives birth in his story. Okay, so basically, Hee-sung is actually a man. He hides his identity as a past serial killer from his wife Ji-won, and his wife is a detective. So it has been many years already. He changed his name and got adopted by a different family, and got a new identity. And he settled down and got married. And so happened that the wife is a detective, and they actually have a daughter. So it's been more than I think it's been many years. I believe the daughter's grown. I mean, she's still a kid, basically, maybe below 10 years old. And somehow or rather, the case kind of resurfaces. So the wife is actually assigned to, to investigate the case and find out who that serial killer really is. But she doesn't really know it's her husband.
Okay.
When that shoe drops, it's going to be a moment. That's definitely divorce.
Yep, but there's a lot of spoilers ahead if I actually go into this. So okay, so on the first episode, so the serial killer he actually has a new life. I don't know what's he doing, like those craftsmanship or wooden stuff and everything. Yeah. So he actually has a sister who he has not contacted for many years, and she also went into hiding. And so many years ago, he actually went by a different name. Let me try to look for his name. I forgot the name that he went by. He had, yes, okay. He had a different name called Hyun-soo. So the backstory is that Hyun-soo and his sister, they were in some rural village in Korea where they still practice shamanism and everything. And the kids were actually, their dad was a serial killer as well. And the dad didn't treat them well. But the dad actually adopted another accomplice, which we will get into that later, to learn the ways of serial killing. So Hyun-soo
learn the ways. Oh my.
She's turned into Tom. She's turned into Tom, the serial killer expert.
Yeah, exactly. It's the new crime was enough.
So Hyun-soo and his sister were actually shunned by the villagers, and they were often, the subject of the shamans performing weird rituals on them, believing that they had mental illness and everything. In the end, they hated the villagers so much. And so because actually Hyun-soo was being bullied by the shaman a lot, his sister actually came in with a penknife or a knife one day, and she got so angry that she stabbed the shaman or the village elder, and he was there as well because she wanted to save him. So in the end, he told her to run. He took the knife and covered up the crime and took the blame for the crime instead of the sister. So instead, he became known as the serial killer. Yeah, which is actually the sister who killed the village head. Yeah, but he told her that he didn't want to go to jail and everything, which was just trying to protect him from all those fake exorcism bullshit, like those rural area kinds. Yeah, that's the thing. So then years later, because he was actually framed for the murder, not to say framed, but he decided to take the blame for the sister, and he cut contact with the sister, and they've never seen each other for years. So little Hyun-soo was actually walking out one night, which he actually so this car actually knocked him down. And just bear in mind, the person who was driving the car had bleach blonde hair, because obviously Asians are not naturally blonde. So this other Korean dude in the car, he was bleach blonde. And when he saw Hyun-soo's body, he decided to cover it up by taking Hyun-soo back to his backyard and trying to bury him. And this guy, the blonde guy, his name is Hee-sung. This is actually the identity which Hyun-soo took on. Why? Yeah. So Hee-sung is actually Hyun-soo's dad's second accomplice that he kind of adopted and taught the ways of a murderer, of murdering and everything. Because Hee-sung is actually born a psychopath by nature, but he's from a good and wealthy family and everything, but he's a psychopath. So he murdered Hyun-soo's father, and when he saw Hyun-soo, dying on the road, he tried to take him back to his backyard and bury the corpse. But Hee-sung's mom saw him and tried to stop him and assaulted him. And then Hee-sung actually went into a coma, but Hyun-soo survived. So Hee-sung's mom and dad decided to take Hyun-soo and, in a way, change identities for him, because they know what happened with the village head, and make him their son instead. Yeah, so that's how the switch actually happened. So the real Hee-sung was actually lying in coma for many, many years. So Hyun-soo was living his life like basically for how many years, and got married to a detective and everything. So this is what the detective actually dug out when she was investigating the case. And when it actually comes to light that because actually there's another detective involved, second detective, and then Hyun-soo's sister also resurfaces, and when they uncover the case and everything. So actually the real Hee-sung, the bleach blonde guy, he awakes from his coma after many years, and they're actually trying to find the killer who murdered everyone, the real killer.
That's tight.
Yeah, but
I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So when he awakes from his coma, he's still in a psychopathic state. He's like, who is using my identity and this and that. And when he finds out the true story, So this is when the story is all uncovered. And at one point, Hyunso's sister actually takes her niece home, which is the daughter, Hyunso's daughter, when the wife and everyone is not at home. And the real Hee-sung, the crazy one, actually comes to their house and tries to kill them. He stabs the sister, Hyunso's sister, but she survives the stabbing. And so actually, Hee-sung's real parents try to cover up everything, all the crimes that their son has done. And once he's wakened, he's psychopathic again. He actually goes to kidnap, because there was a witness as well who actually witnessed everything, but she managed to escape. I forgot what her name was. Yeah, so in the end, he goes psychopathic and he tries to kidnap some people. And there is a showdown in the end, and the police are actually involved. So some of them actually, I don't know, like one of them gets shot, and let me just check who gets shot. This is a bit. I know this story is very confusing, but
No, I like it. So far.
Yeah, okay. So the real Hyunsoo and Hee-sung, they start fighting in the end, and the police arrive at the scene. There's a cliff. The police actually arrive, and I think they meant to kill Hee-sung, but Hyunsoo accidentally gets shot, and he kind of loses his memory of his wife and daughter. So
Sorry,
yeah.
I should laugh.
I'm loving this. This plot is crazy right now. I'm loving it.
Yeah. So months later, he's like, nursed back to health, and he
Wait,
reunites.
stop. So he gets shot in the head, and he lost his memory. Like basically, he's lost his memory now. Apparently,
I'm not sure where they shot him.
Hyunsoo.
Korea drama. They always go the extra step with the feelings. I swear.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
insane.
But okay, the bad guy dies, and in the end, Hyunsoo actually reunites with his wife and daughter, and everything's okay now. Like, oh yeah, my husband is not a serial killer. His name is actually cleared and all. And as for Hee-sung, Hee-sung dies, and his parents, his dad is institutionalized because he went cuckoo, and the mom is serving her jail sentence for covering up all that shit. And that's basically the end of the story. But I guess we all got a happy ending.
Yay!
It's a really confusing tale, but because most websites or anything would just say the basic thing like a serial killer hides his identity and gets married, and the wife is assigned on the case. Because you actually have to like watch the whole series to uncover everything. But by telling out the entire series is actually a big fat spoiler. Yeah, because I was actually wondering, how this would end.
So there's a happy ending at the end.
Yeah, there's a happy ending. At least, like your husband's not a serial killer.
I like it.
Oh, and they have a happy life afterwards and all that.
Yeah, and in between it, there's a lot of crying for the husband and the wife. Like, I never seen men cry, right? But this Korean actor, his name is Lee Jung-ki, quite famous. Yeah, and he cried a lot of times. It is like that really sad, bitter, pathetic kind of cry. I've never seen a man cry like that in my entire life.
So you could say it's time for. Hold on, no, that went wrong. No, you could say it's time for. No, what?
Stop.
Oh,
He's trying to do it.
Celebration!
Okay.
Are you trying to get us in trouble?
He's trying to kill us.
Okay.
In trouble.
Time for celebration.
Oh my gosh. Ben here with the sound bites.
I think we can get away with it this week.
Yeah. Maybe it's time for celebration.
Troy, I've just had a ping on my phone to say that Netflix have just announced the premiere for season 4 of Cobra Kai.
Yes.
31st of December.
Oh.
Netflix is stuffing the end of the year.
Netflix is on fire.
Lock and key still to do. Oh.
Right. So let me ask you a question.
I just thought you'd want to know. Literally, it's just popped up on my phone in like the last.
Epic. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
So let me ask you a question. What will you do if you find out your spouse was a serial killer and hid their identity and changed their name and everything?
I would have a go after Boris Johnson. Then maybe Tom. No, maybe Troy. No, maybe Boris Johnson would be the one. He would get it. And maybe Patrick Vieira because he's an Arsenal legend. No, I'm joking. No, I'll go after. I wouldn't go after anyone. I would run. I would if I found out that my wife was a serial killer, I would be very nice to her to make sure she wouldn't kill me.
Exactly. There you go.
Seeing as I was voted in my school most likely to become a serial killer, I think my partner would be the one who'd have to worry, to be honest. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
This
know.
is it. I was about to say you were going to bring that up.
No, you know, people always think I'm one already. So I always laugh all the time.
this
So I
up on
think
the
I'm crazy.
podcast before. I'm not hiding the fact that people are serial killers. I would like to emphasize that I'm not.
He's not.
Yeah. He's not.
But I would say that if I was, even if I was, wouldn't I? So.
Yep.
This would not be the platform on which I announced that I was a serial killer.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't. Please don't.
It's the most public one.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Speaking of Tara, speaking of Korean, I'm watching this show called How You Spot Other People, but in Korean, Strangers from Hell. It's a show. It's a
Strangers
Korean
from
show.
Hell. Strangers from Hell.
I watched a couple of episodes in. That show is tight. That show is amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
that one's really good. That was with the cannibal people, the cannibal eating.
Yes.
Yeah, cannibals. Yeah.
Strangers from Hell is tight. Okay, I'm gonna review that at some point. I'm gonna bring it on the channel.
And yeah, I don't worry. I'll be talking about Squid Game in the future anyway.
Squid Game. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's really good. Like everywhere I turn on the train, I see people like watching it, and I'm like,
Everyone's watching that show. Squid Game.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm actually at the moment like
I'm slacking.
Only four episodes in. Yeah, but I'll definitely talk about it like in the future.
Yeah, because we don't have any email. Well, I don't have any emails.
Let me quickly check the other email account. I haven't looked.
Look at Tom going.
It's scrysyndrome2020@gmail.com.
No, we no longer
Okay.
that. Remember, we changed it.
Oh God, I need to update that in the link because we've been using the old one for the last couple of months. Whoops a daisy. That's great, isn't it, Ben? Great job.
I can check the old one as well if you want.
Jesus Christ. Tell me and then send it to me and I'll put it in the link when Troy sends it today. Troy, you're going to have to turn this around quickly today.
Oh my God.
If we're going to make our weekend.
Oh my God.
You've got to get this done today, son. I'm sorry.
You're killing me. All right.
Killing me softly with this shit. YouTube is going to sue me. Because
You know to our podcast.
Say again? Titty Man.
The Titty Man? Yeah, he listens to our podcast.
Oh, okay, we got Titty Man fan.
Hey, Titty Man!
Yeah, no emails, Ben. Either one.
Titty Man, Titty Man, Titty Man. Just another titty for the 3 titties, 4 titties. Like a starter.
My friend was like, oh, you punch your oppa's oppai.
Oppai. Ooh. In the boobs. Lots of sexist week. I've already called this episode "Why Wasn't Sex Education This Fun at Our School?"
Right. You guys know what oppai means?
That's the title. Has to be this.
Yeah, what's oppai? What translate?
I can challenge that, but we'll talk about it later.
In Japanese. Okay. Kids, yeah.
So, are we going into your personal history again?
No.
Because once we get in there, we're going to be gone for half an hour.
Okay, and oppa is basically a Korean term for older brother. Like, but even if you're a girl and you like the guy, your boyfriend, you still call him oppa. Okay. Or a handsome Korean guy, you just call him
that as well.
Yeah, just a handsome Korean guy in general, you just call him oppa.
Oh my God.
So my friend actually made a joke like, oh, you punch your oppa's oppai. There's 3 languages here. There's English, Korean, and Japanese. I mean, it's just one word difference, right? The I, one alphabet difference.
It's too close. It's too close. It's scaring me.
Oppa and I. Someone wrote that just to trigger me. Oppa and I. AND space I. Someone wrote that to trigger me. Yeah.
That's all I'm going to make is tongue noises, like, sex.
What are you doing over there, Ben? Just random noises. What the heck? I keep up with Tara now, but local Korean. Keep up.
I don't know what that was. Anyway, so yeah. Are you done?
I'm done.
So it's done. Talk about the criminals, the freelance.
Not about the criminals. Okay.
Talk about the up-eyes.
Okay. So, there's no
Bye.
emails this week. We're just gonna pop it off and finish early because we're already an hour and a half in. Considering 40 minutes of that was me talking about sex education, I think
that
we've
was a
done
great.
okay.
That was a great review of sex education.
That's the best you're ever going to get from me. Seriously, that's the best it's ever. We've peaked for me here on this podcast.
That was at top tier. That like, there's a level that I don't know if you have to reach it. That's just a level of passion and dedication.
I wrote a lot of notes. I wrote down all the characters' names so I could remember every single little plot point that moved about the board. Because that's why I love that season, because that's impressive. You keep adding new characters, but you don't forget the characters from before. You just keep finding new angles. And that show's amazing. Like, I don't know how to say. It's the best thing on Netflix. Yeah. So, right. So, obviously, where can we all find all you people if they want to?
Legend of Old 101 on YouTube is where you're gonna find me.
Okay, so for my channel, it's called Chloe's channel. If you like Korean pop culture and stuff, and we also have many Asian beefcake men, please check out my channel.
All the people she dates are on that channel, and anyone she might date is also on that channel.
No such
she just
thing.
puts over that channel with the Asian beefcakes. I love it.
There's a lot of hot Asian guys on that channel that I don't know. I'm just going to say I've had a look in.
Okay.
Sad there. I'm not going to say anything else because we're liable to get sued at some point this week with me.
Obi's galore. Obi's galore.
It's okay. I'm Asian too, so yeah, I'm the mama san. So yeah.
She's Mama San.
Yeah.
Cool. Mega Benny 666. Nothing's on there, but hey, go check out the content.
It's like nothing's on there.
Nothing's on there. I might stream, but I'm not going to do commentary. I might stream some stuff soon when I got time or when the wife is sleeping.
Gaming channel's coming for Ben, guys. It's coming.
Yeah. Tom's too cool for a channel.
Yeah, he's like, this is below me.
Tom has Twitter, but he doesn't advertise them on here.
Okay. In case you get some men coming for you. All right. So we've got Facebook group Square Syndrome. Go join that. We're near 10k downloads on Spotify, so thank you very much for that. We're close to 10k.
Thank you, people, for giving 10k.
May not sound like a lot, but it means a lot. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, because we know you guys are out there because we get enough emails. So it's we'll be back next week. It's goodbye for me.
Bye for me.
Bye for me.
Goodbye for me.
Stunt penis.